Bless up, y'all. This is King Kevin in the building, and this video is about and definitely dedicated to brother Ahmaud Arbery, who was shot and killed innocently while jogging in Georgia a couple months ago. Now, it took 2 months for them to arrest the murderers who were caught live, recorded live, killing this innocent black man while he was jogging. He was only 25 years old. When I was 25 years old, I had just graduated college. I had the whole world in front of me. You know, I was so excited about life, and I can only imagine that's what he was thinking about his life moving forward before it was interrupted and ended abruptly by two racist white guys, father and son. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, obviously, right? Now, watching that video, I didn't cry watching that video. I was definitely saddened by it. But I didn't cry like I cried when I watched the Philando Castile shooting that happened to him in Minneapolis, right? He was in his car, police officer, pulled him over for a broken taillight, and he, was reaching and told him, hey, I got a gun in my glove compartment, but I'm reaching out to get my license to show you, and the police officer goes and shoots and kills him live on Facebook. Literally live on Facebook. And by the way, Officer Yanez, he was acquitted of killing Castile. Just in case you guys didn't know, that happened back in 2016. And this case with Arbery is eerily similar to what happened to Trayvon Martin. You all know this George Zimmerman. We all know his name by now. He goes and harasses this young black male, teenager. I think he was probably 15, 16 at the time. Goes to harass him as he's walking out of a 7-Eleven, and harasses him for what? And even though Trayvon Martin wasn't doing anything wrong, George Zimmerman had the right to go stop him and kill him. And he gets acquitted. The reason why I'm mentioning these two cases, and that happened in Florida, Arbery case happened in Brunswick, Georgia, which is about 4.5 hours away from Atlanta. History has a way of repeating itself. Now, out of respect for the family, the Arbery family, I'm not going to say certain things just to, not to offend anybody, because right now we are obviously in a quarantine, so stress, anxiety, depression, suicides, and a bunch of other things are at an all-time high. As a matter of fact, I wasn't even going to make this video about Arbery today, but the video I was going to make was going to be some motivational, inspirational video promoting my upcoming book. But I'm like, as I'm preparing the set to make this video, I'm like, I can't do it, because these people, the Big Michaels, they're going to get away with this. Why am I saying that? I'll tell you why. Right now, we're in a political season. Quarantine or not, there's going to be a presidential election. It might be pushed back a little bit, but there's going to be one. And so, Georgia, being a Confederate state, meaning a redneck state, as a matter of fact, you go to Stone Mountain, Georgia, and I was just up there February, March, when I got back from London of 2020. They have this huge mountain, and engraved on the mountain are the Confederate generals who are known Klansmen, meaning members of the Ku Klux Klan, KKK. All right? The state of Georgia, even though I'm in Atlanta, which is a black mecca, and we got it popping, it's lit all the time, parties all the time. Not that I party all the time, but that's what happens. It's a very upbeat city. It is just a microcosm. This it's barely scratches the surface in comparison to the rest of Georgia. The rest of Georgia, ladies and gentlemen, is a redneck state. I'm from Florida. Now, it took 2 months. It took 2 months. I have to repeat and stress 2 months to arrest 2 white guys who were caught on video murdering an innocent black man. They just say innocent man while he's jogging. 2 months. The question we should be asking ourselves, and which I asked myself, I just happen to know a little more than the average person about the criminal justice system and the constitutional rights. As a matter of fact, the Second Amendment gives us the right to bear arms. And so that's why these guys feel as if, okay, we can carry our guns and we can make a citizen's arrest. He looks like the culprit. He looks like the guy who burglarized our homes. So let's go make a citizen's arrest, grab him, shoot and kill him, and we'll get away with it. What I wanted to know is this. Why did it take 2 months to make an arrest? I can tell you why. Because it's a political season. This was made for votes. But in the Philando Castell's case, the case of Trayvon Martin, the reason why these cases are all similar, the common denominator here, what all three have in common, is the fact that the 3 black men who were killed. Now, they claim to have a grand jury that's going to look into the case. Tell me this. How is a grand jury going to look into a case when we under quarantine? For the most part, Atlanta's back open, which I'm not completely, agree with it at all. But how are we going to have a grand jury? And for those who don't know what a grand jury is when there's evidence in the case, but the state prosecutor chooses not to make the call on whether or not we're going to charge this person with this or that. Let's say for murder, for example. The state prosecutor doesn't know what to do, so they hand it over to a grand jury. Usually, you get arrested, boom. State prosecutor says, okay, we're going to charge this person with this, that, and the other, and taking them to jail. Your warrant goes out, taking them to jail, and let the court proceedings do its thing. In this case, they say they're going to have a grand jury. How are you going to have a grand jury when there's social distancing and the courthouse is not even open? For the most part, it's not. So that means that for them to even have the possibility of even having a grand jury, it's going to take a month or 2 or 3 or 4 from now. So they arrested these guys only because it's political season, as I mentioned, and they want to make an example that justice will be served. They want to pull a trick, a wool over our eyes. Justice is going to be served. Let's go ahead and arrest these guys, knowing that they're going to beat this case. Now, the father used to be a member of law enforcement for years, so he knows the whole town. And the town knows him. And Brother Arbery is just another black man in the white world, and they're just going to railroad him and his family. They may get some money on the back end, once they file a suit, because the lawsuit's going to come. You got Benjamin Crump on the case, so he's going to. They're going to sue and win, but justice will not be served. Since 1619, now I'm wearing this jacket for a reason, other than the fact that my clothing line is called One Man Army, so I'm always wearing fatigues or some sort of army gear. We are prisoners of war. What does that mean? POWs. We've been prisoners of war since we've been here in 1619 in America. My brothers and sisters in Haiti, Jamaica, Bahamas, Trinidad, different parts of Africa. People in Africa, our brothers and sisters are in the continent of Africa, the different countries, are still prisoners of war in neo-colonialism. neo-imperialism. We are still trapped in the grasp of our oppressors. We are still living based on how they want us to live. They dictate how we eat, where we go to school, how we live, the neighborhoods we're in, type of education that we get. This is a fact. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Dr. Amos Wilson, many other scholars, rest in peace to the both of them, have told us plenty of times through their books and through their videos, we are prisoners of war and we need to act like we're prisoners of war. Black people, and that's you, if you watching this video, most of the people, my subscribers are black, and I love it too. Not saying I don't like Hispanics or whites watching my videos. I want you to watch my videos. You're going to learn some history. We need to act accordingly. If we are prisoners of war, meaning that we are in war, we are behind enemy lines, we need to act accordingly and address our enemies as our enemies. And what do I mean by that? Stop kikiing and celebrating European holidays. Today's what? May 8th. Right now it's about 3:15 in the morning, a.m., Friday, TGIF by the way. But I'm up making this video because, I got done working on my book and I couldn't just go to sleep. I had to do this video. I was driven to do it to make you guys wake the F up that we are prisoners of war and we need to address ourselves and get prepared ourselves for when the actual battle happens. Because we're already in the war. Many of us are living good and comfortable. We have our homes, we have our cars. Master gave us a nice raise. We got a high position in corporate America. But our brothers and sisters, on the grander scheme of things, are still being annihilated. We are being destroyed on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, Cinco de Mayo just passed the other day, and you got black folks celebrating Cinco de Mayo harder than the Hispanics are celebrating it. We're not celebrating the lives and the deaths of, the honorable black men and women who paved the way for us. We should be celebrating people like the Honorable Marcus Garvey, people like Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, Dr. Amos Wilson, Thomas St. Cara. We should be celebrating these people. We should be having parades, Malcolm X, Toussaint Louverture, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, the Haitian generals of the Haitian Revolution, who started the path for us to have our freedom, black people worldwide. But no, we want to assimilate. We want to celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving and Cinco de Mayo and Halloween and Easter and all these pagan holidays while we neglect our own. And the reason why the celebration of these holidays are important to our destruction, by the way, and continual oppression, because we put money towards these things while we neglect our African culture. Now, Brother Arbery, I can only imagine the things he wanted to accomplish in life at 25 years old. And as I mentioned, I was 25, I graduated college. I had a whole world in front of me. I had a zeal for life. I was excited. I'm 40 now. So I can think, I can see myself in his shoes because I jog all the time. Matter of fact, I'm going jogging in the morning. And there's always a imminent danger when you're out there in the public. There always is. Now I can't go jogging with a gun. One, it's uncomfortable. But we might even get to that point. In my last video that I made, the New World Order and the Roman circus that we are in, I told you guys about how 3 million guns were sold in 30 days. Nearly 3 million guns around the country were sold in 30 days. People are strapped, ladies and gentlemen. They are ready for a battle. You need to get ready for a battle. Because that fight is going to be at your doorstep. If it's not today, it will be there tomorrow. Be able to protect yourself and your family, especially my black queens. Because many of our black women, they're living single, living alone. There's no man there to protect them or their children or their emotions or their peace of mind. We have a lot of work to do. But until we unite as a black nation, as black people, and put our money together, support one another instead of using the same racist ideas and racist bigotry and rules and standards against our own people, we will never rise. We will continue staying stagnant where we are, posting things on social media, posting our frustration, our anger, going live, making videos, everything online. But in the real world, nothing is being said or done. Now, the Arbery family can't even protest the way they want because of the social distancing laws. The hell with that. These people need to know hell is going to get paid for killing this man the way they did. As a matter of fact, we need to stop killing each other the way we kill each other on the streets. Yeah, these two white men were caught live on TV. But as a black community, black on black crime, we need to address that. Because how can we expect them to respect our lives if we don't respect our lives? My name is King Kevin Dorival. That's all I have to say.